Paul, it ends one apiece here at Wimborne today. Frustrating afternoon for the Martyrs.
Yeah, frustrating in a number of ways really. I think we're not our best at the moment, that's clear. Our standards have dropped a little bit, and I thought we were pretty good in the first half, and we should have probably been further ahead. And the goal comes at what you think is a great time, just before half time, but then our mentality seemed to be a little bit different. The second half, the tempo was a little bit slower because we were winning, and that allowed Wimborne to come on to us and press for the equaliser. And then obviously once momentum shifts in a game, it's difficult to wrestle it back.
And obviously first half, grabbing that goal just before half time, came through Coley Cox, who came on after Caban went off with an injury. Good obviously to see Coley getting his name on the score sheet again, like he did in Marlow a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, and it's a great run, and I thought he worked his socks off today. Coley won the ball back lots of times for us, high up the pitch with his pressing, and we couldn't capitalise on those opportunities when they presented themselves. But it was a good run by him. It was a great ball in by Fraser. I thought that was, a really good moment for him in the match, and you're looking for him to kick on in terms of confidence as well. And for whatever reason, it didn't quite happen in the second half for us. So that's my responsibility. I've got to go away and find a way of trying to get our performance levels back to where they were.
And obviously second half, like you said, with the momentum swing, but Jamie wasn't really forced into too many saves. What do you think sort of not the turning point was, but what could be done better, I suppose?
No, I think it was that mentality of us being ahead in the game. I think until we went ahead, the tempo was good, the intensity was good. We were probing, looking for that first goal. We created chances and we didn't take them. And that meant the mentality was still to go and get that goal. And I think that we subconsciously something changed there because we're winning. And Wimborne was still sat in. It almost meant some players decided that it was okay to just keep the ball, and I don't think the movement throughout the team was good enough to want to get on the ball, to go and continue to hurt them, to continue to try and score another goal. I think somewhere that changed, and credit to them, they were really compact and difficult to play through, and then when they nicked it, they broke on us, and then they were a threat from set pieces from those situations. So look, I think a draw's a fair result on the way the game's gone, and maybe in the second half they'll be disappointed not to have won it. Like you say, not in terms of out and out chances. There's one where we've got a free kick where they'll think they're unfortunate, and Cogs has made a really good punch. They hit the post, but from an angle we'd like to think we wouldn't concede from. But in the first half we had a number of chances. So I'd say a draw's a fair result. Credit to them. Forget the league table. That's the way it was today, and we're not quite ourselves, and we need to find a way to get back to it.
And obviously looking ahead now to next weekend, we're back at Penarn Park where we face Bracknell. What's the sort of plan this week, I suppose, to counteract today's game?
Yeah, well, Ads was ill last week. He's come back in the squad. Obviously we're getting Nye and Lee back after suspension, and Lee's had an ankle injury, and obviously congratulations to Lee and Abby as well on the birth of their son. So we'll get those two back next week. Nick Rhodes was in the squad today. He's injury free, but fitness wise is not ready yet, so we need to try and get him some minutes somewhere. He'll keep building himself up in training as well by training with the boys. So but then today, Caban's obviously picked up a knock really early on, and Tom's had a nasty knock right at the end. So we'll have to see how those boys are. I need to look at it and assess it, assess the squad, I think, and see whether there's anything else that we need. Obviously we are limited. We're not able to sign a professional player from across the border. We're not able to loan a player from across the border. We're not allowed to sign any professional players from within Wales, which everybody else in this league is able to do. The only thing we would be able to do is loan from a Welsh club. So I've got to have a little look at that, and players have got to watch that game back, and we've got to assess that as a group, and we've got to work out how we get back to playing with the tempo and the intensity that we had for short spells today.
That's great. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.